So, man cavers, we are back. We have a lawn bug. We have a new belt. Look at that bad boy. Throw that old one away. Let's get this on this machine. And let's see if we can get this thing cutting grass, because you do need cutting. Well, roll the credits. Ha! Welcome to the man cave. Let the games begin. So, we are back after our weekend at Swan and Morley. Let's fold these handles up. Hey! Now then, a couple of jobs we've got to do on this. Obviously, we have got to bolt the seat back on. Of course, that's not right yet. This cover has only just been put in loose to keep it in place. And now that's not going to come out, that's out. Here is our drive belt. But we need another belt actually on the cutter deck. And listen how quiet them bearings are in there. They are really, really good. So I'm just going to check that my drive belt is not around the wrong side of any idlers. I don't think it is. I think we're good there. So we need to try and pop this belt on the cutter deck. Now, is that going to go on there very easy? I have no clue. Let's have a look. Right, where does... Right, that's the belt there. That's one I put on, which just isn't right. So, I tried this belt, which I had lying about. This one I'm now taking off. I tried that one way out. I'll tell you what I'm going to struggle with, getting it around the guides, because this belt is really thick. Now, how are we going to get that around these guides? We might have to lift this engine out. Let's lift it out the way a little and see if we can get this around this guide. Oh, that's gone round there easier than I thought. And it's gone round that side easier than I thought. Well, this is easier than I thought. Right. What's happened here? Nothing's happened there. Right, we need to get this belt now around the guide on the engine. That might not be quite so easy. Come on. I'm getting impatient now. I want to drive this thing. Right, where is this guide on the engine? Let's get this gear stick out of the way. Right, there we go. We're around. I think I'm going to have to get this belt on the engine first and then lift the whole thing off. I think that's going to be much easier than trying to do it on the machine. Alright, let's get this engine tipped up. Come on. There we go. Let's get this belt on the engine. Now, we mustn't forget we've got to put some oil in this engine as well, haven't we? If you remember, we let the oil out. Right, we are on the engine. We're on the engine with both belts. So now let's lift him back in place. And see if we can get somewhere. So let's get this belt back on this cutter deck. Come on. You went on there a minute ago, ever so easy. Oh. There you go. Right, that's that belt on. Now we need the belt on the axle. Are we all on the engine? We're on the engine there, and we are So did you guys enjoy the Swan and Molly video of the rally at the weekend? Right, we're on the engine, so now we can just move this engine into place and hopefully bolt him down, and we should be good to go. Excellent stuff. Then we can actually try this engine and see if it actually runs after I've rebuilt that carb. Right, now I've got to take this nut off here, haven't I? If you remember, I put a nut on here, this one here, I don't know whether you can see that, which we had to hold from underneath. So I need to lift the mar a little bit one side so I can get underneath that with a spanner. So let me get something to just hold that up. Right. We're just going to put an old diesel can under one side. Come on and don't. There we go. There, look. Now I can get that off. Come on. There. Let's lift him back on. Get our bolt back through. Get our washer on. Wrong way round. There we go. Put our nut on. Then we need to just get these bolts back in. Ah, they were big. They were them big metal plates, weren't they? What did I do with them big metal? Right, I've got to try and find them metal plates. I think they might be on the bench in the shed. Let me see if I can retrieve them. Right, I found the little brackets I was referring to. So, if you remember, we've got to put these back in. So that one go there, I assume. And this one look like it goes... Yep, they line up. So they've got to get these from underneath. So can I get these from underneath? Or is it going to be a pain in the bum? Come on! Right. Ah, no room under here. So this is going to be fun trying to get these back in. It's going to be very fun. Come on. Right. I got one end in. Can I get a nut on there? And a washer. There's a washer. Too big a washer. Let's get a smaller washer on there. Right, we got one end started. But can I get this end started? Or is this going to be more trouble than that's worth and I ought to just put a nut and bolt in it? But I can't really feel what I'm doing. Right, here we are. If we come forward with the whole thing, gosh, a little nightmare to line up this is, I must admit. Absolute little nightmare to line up. Come on, we're nearly there at the back. It's nearly through at the back. Come on. This whole deck needs to go forward a little. And it's being a bit of a pain. There we go. We just needed that little tweak. Let's get a washer on. There, that one's started. Right, I need to retrieve round this side now to get this one in. Let's get that mower out of the way. Let me come round here. Come round here. And we will try and get this side one in. Where is it? There it is. But these are not the easiest things to get in. Because there's no room to get through to the damn things. I'm wondering if it's got to be easier. Now you can't even get in there to put a nut and bolt through it. This could take a while, guys. How the devil do we get through there? Alright, here we go. Right, can I get one in here? Come on! Ah! We have one. Can I get that started? Just so that don't drop back through. Right, I don't think that's going to drop back through. Right, that's got him. Alright, let me get these buttoned back up. If not, this video is going to be ages long. And then we'll be back. Alright, they are all buttoned back in. So let's look now if our belt's all tension when I work levers and push pedals. So when I push this pedal, this one should move. And it is. Tightening the belt up nicely. Look, loose, tight. Excellent. Now, cutter deck belt. That currently feels tight. And now the cutter deck belt is loose. Look, perfect. There we go. Now I think from memory there was a nut in here. Yes, there was. There was a bolt went in the top here, wasn't there, to hold this knobbler in place. Let's see if we can find him. Here he is. Yeah. There. So we need to tighten him down. And it isn't a 17. It isn't even a 15. And it's not a 13, it's obviously a 14. Or we'll just use an adjustable. There. Come Come on, no, my adjustable's locked on. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Excellent stuff. Alright, I think we can now be... before we put that other plate on, I think we need to put the seat on. Yeah, I think we definitely need to get the seat on now. If not, we're not going to get to the bolts to do that. Right, we have the seat back on. We now need to get our panel back on. We're looking good now, aren't we? We're looking good. Let's get this panel back in here. Oh. Don't that look good? Right. Right. Let's get our plate back on. And then, excitedly, we can get some petrol in this thing and see if it actually runs. Which will be really nice if it do, won't it? I know you guys are all excited to see if the lawn bug works. Oh good, we're back on. Did we have a gear knob? Somewhere we had a gear knob. Here we are, I see a gear knob. Now look at him put our knob back on. Da da da. Da da. We have some gears. We have a belt with tensions. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. 4 gears, belt, car deck, excellent stuff. Right, I think we need to get round the other side and get our throttle control back on, because we're going to have to make holes for that. Yeah. Now what we need to do is we need to get the hook, cable hooked through, and get our little cable get our little bolt cable in here. Right, he's going in. Why isn't that? Dun, 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 dun. I think we've got to drill a hole for this cable stay, because that little cable clamp off the old engine won't go on that new one. Oh, hang on, I got the wrong one. There's the one that's meant to have, look. There we go, that's the cable clamp that's meant to have. So we need to hook our throttle cable through this little hole in the end here. There. There you go. Clamp him back through here. Like so. Right, now before we tighten that up, I'm going to just try and straighten these cables out a little, because we've got a bit of a bend in it. That's pushing the choke on. Now we need to bolt him through here, look. So we've got to come back round this side and drill 2 small holes in there that we can fix this throttle cable to. Somewhere there, let's have a look. Let me get my sheet back round. Now this throttle control want to be here somewhere. We can hold that out the way Yeah, I think if we screw 2 holes through here, we can hold that there. And that'll work. Right, we have our throttle control screwed on the front. Now I'll show you how to sort it out around this side. Yeah, right. We've got to hook it. We had it in that carb a little while ago. That's popped out when I moved it. We didn't have quite enough Z on the cable. I'll show you what I mean. Here's the end of our cable, and it ain't got a very good end on it, if I'm honest. It's bent, it's distorted, it's not quite right. And it's not really holding in, so we need to straighten the end of this cable up a bit. You mustn't be too harsh with these, or you can easily break them. And we want to put a bit more of a Z on it. There, so we're bent back a little. See, we've got more of a Z there now, more of a step. So we can now hook that back in there. There we go. Now put our cable behind here, like so, how we had it before. Now here's the important bit when you're setting these up. You need to make sure your choke is in the corresponding position to the control. So we'll start him so we can still move this cable in and out a bit. We'll nip that up too much. There. Right, we're now in choke position. We've got the choke on the engine, and we're at full control on there. So we need to now push a little bit of pressure in there, and then we can tighten this up. And we should be alright, that's catching on this little thing. So we want to bend that up a little. Not too much or you'll hit your air cleaner. There you go. I think we can come up a tiny bit more on this one. Just to make sure that don't hit nothing. There we go, minimum. Is that pushing that choke on? Just about. We could come back a little. Slacken this. Push it through to make sure that choke is on. Retighten. That was only pushing that choke on about 3/4. Now let's check it. Alright, choke off. Yep, choke fully on. So our cable's now set up. This is getting really close now, fellas. Guys and girls, we're nearly ready for the grand start-up. Aha! I am so looking forward to this. We need to put some oil in the old bugger. Because that would be a total 101 mistake to not put oil in it, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be a nightmare? Yeah, so let me get my little funnel and some oil. We'll get some oil in her. There we go. So there's no dipstick on these. So you have to basically fill them up until they're up to the top of their hole. Which will probably be about that much. Can we see it in the hole? Nope, we ain't got enough in there yet. You don't want to overfill them. Of course, that's not good. Of course, that's a pain in the bum to get the oil out if you do overfill them. Right, we're now sort of halfway up the hole. So I think we are about there. Let's give it one more little bit. Oh, that's definitely it. That's it. There we go. We are oiled up. Yeah. Now this will probably take a few pulls to get going, simply because she's bone dry of petrol. Let me get a rag and wipe that oil up. Right. Let me just wipe this oil up I spilt. Yeah. And give her a little wipe down. There we go. There we go. Look at that. There is our tarred up Westwood lawn bug. Right. So shall we see if this thing fires off? That'll be bloody good if it do. So it's going to take a few pulls. Of course, I say we replaced that diaphragm. Hang on, we ought to just check there's petrol in there, don't we? I'm walking you around the mower, aren't I? Oh, there ain't a lot. Let's put a bit more in. Right, we have our petrol. Let's see. Get some petrol in, and then we'll see if this fires off. Right, whoops. We're just about full. We're about 3/4, that'll do us. And then we've got to see if this thing will actually fire up. Now, she might take a few pulls, because like I said, this ain't been started for a long, well, you see, we had the engine to bits, haven't we? And we've put that diaphragm in. So we now need to see if she'll go. Here we are, let's have a look. Oh, now I'm going to pull it over just a couple of times, slowly, just to make sure it's in neutral and the blade isn't in. I don't expect this to start at all, but we'll just give her a slight pull, make sure that it's in neutral. No, it's not in neutral. Right, let's go for a start. Oh. 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 I can't talk. Let's see if this thing actually moves. The lawn bugger's running. Let's have a go. I'm going to zoom out. Now let's see if this thing moves. Right, I'm going to move and we're going to see if we can cut some grass. There's a long patch over there. Let's get set up. Because I'm itching to see if this thing will chop grass. There's some long bit there, what we didn't cut the other day. So, let me see if I'll go and get it and then we'll see if we can cut some grass. Let's shut her down. Yeah, the lawn bug works. I'm impressed. So there we have it. She's done. She's finished. She works. Isn't that good? Yeah, thank you for all your views on this. We've had thousands of views with this thing, and thank you very, very much. Yes, excellent. So I hope you've all enjoyed this final part. There may be another part at some point, so I think I'm going to put some form of exhaust on there. But we will see. I shall have to find a little pepper pot, because she is a tad noisy at the minute. So, with that, I'm going to leave you guys to it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye for now. Wait for it.